Where did this computer? Okay, guys, I'm just going to start myself from scratch here. So just kind of giving the premise for, everything that we're going to be talking about. It's how to make a rapid $500 with ClickFunnels. Why do I say $500? It's because it's a very easy, attainable number. And sometimes when you're in a pinch and you really need some extra cash, maybe you need that $97 payment, that $297 payment, $500 could really, really help you. And so all of these techniques that we're going to be sharing are actual techniques that we've used. So, as an entrepreneur, sometimes you are in a spot where you need money, you need it quick. It's not necessarily this is a new path, this is what you're doing, but you just need a way to make some money quick. So that way you can continue down your path. Because none of these things will make you, super rich or anything like that. These are all ways to make quick $500 to $1,000, if not more. And, I kind of have some examples, like when my wife and I, when we first got married, we had hardly any money. We spent the majority of the last 3 years with hardly any money. Going into our fourth year here, we just finally started getting stability in life. But anyways, I remember one time we had no money. We needed groceries. And I basically went and, sold a phone that I didn't own yet. The guy paid me online. I went and purchased the phone. And then ended up, making that profit. But a lot of times we do this thing that we could call hustle, so to speak. If you're just joining, guys, please make sure your microphone is muted. I don't want to have to keep saying that just because I hear noises and stuff going around, just because that kind of ruined our webinar on Wednesday. Anyways, here we go. So kind of starting us out with this, there are so many possibilities. There's so many ways that you can make money. But if you try to do all of them, you will make no money. Because the fact is that if you're unfocused, then you won't make money. I'll tell you guys a quick story about this just so you can kind of understand where I'm at. I used to own this guitar shop, Play It By Ear. I owned it downtown West Bend, Wisconsin. And it was doing really good. I was 100% focused on it. Well, things started to slow down a little bit, and I had let my overhead kind of start creeping up. So I started looking for other ways that I could try to make money. So I call this the day my shop started to fail and my bills are starting to get tight. And I started getting obsessed with eBay because products that I had sitting on my shelves for so long started selling on eBay. And so I started going and buying and just flipping things on eBay. And then I started fixing phones out of the back of this repair shop. And I started doing foreign exchange trading. And that's basically currency trading. I was trying to find any ways to make extra money, just like the things that I'm talking to you about now. And I was doing so many things that the one thing I was not doing was running a guitar shop. So I wasn't growing my actual business at the store there. So if I were to stop doing all those things, then I would end up going out of business. So you have to be super careful that you don't end up being the same way. You have to be super careful that you don't get so focused on doing these little things that we're going to talk about that you end up not making money in your agencies, on your e-commerce and all that. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. But also, some of these things are going to help you with your stuff. So you don't want to ruin your focus on what you're doing right now. So everything that we're about to teach you, if it fits in line with what your current business is doing, then that is awesome. That is a great way to use these things, and I would suggest going that route. But if it does not, consider when you would do it so that way you don't ruin your focus. So I want to show you guys how you would fit these things in with your schedule. So basically, I'll show you how my schedule works this would be on a day that I don't do ministry. So my day typically starts around 9:30 because I go to bed around 3 in the morning. You guys might say, wow, that's a late start. I go to bed at like 3:30 in the morning because I'm always working. I take my lunch at 12 and I stop at 5:30, and then at 10:30 when my family goes to bed, I start again. So I basically work on my agency. If you have your agency, you do your cold calls here. If you're doing a course, you do your customer service here. This is how I do it. You guys can change this around. I basically grow my business. Guys, please make sure you mute out your microphones, just because I can hear noises in the background. So building and growing my business. And then at 5:30, I basically spend time with my family. So at 10:30, I start working again. So the reason why I say that is because after 10:30, that's when I do anything extra. So if I'm doing something that doesn't fit in line with my main sources of income, I do that at night. You can move that around whenever, but just make sure that you don't put it where your business that you're currently growing is. I'm just prefacing this because I don't want it to hurt your guys' business. These are not get rich quick schemes because a lot of these things are somewhat scalable, but more limited. But what is cool is you will grow your list. And if you have an agency, a lot of these things will be bait for your agency. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys to Jason. He's going to be actually taking over the microphone here for just a moment and doing some screen sharing. And he has prepared a, let's see, are you doing, just let me unmute him. Jason, are you going to be doing the simple service one, or are you doing the e-com or dropship?
I'm going to do the e-com one because
Okay.
I wasn't able to get everything together for the simple services.
Okay, so just so I can introduce you guys to Jason, this guy, I've actually known him for quite a while. I never knew before, when I had my business, it was like I didn't know what he was doing in that office to make money, but it seemed like he would go sit in an office all day and then come out, and I was always like, gosh, I'm busting my butt, and I don't know how he's making all, that much more than me, and you could tell that, just this freedom lifestyle or whatever. So with that said, he's been doing marketing while I was still in diapers. And I would suggest that if you guys really want to learn some hardcore tips, Jason's a good guy to do it. There's people online who are just absolutely crushing it and killing it, and they're super vocal about it. I hate to say, compare anyone, but then there's some people who are like hidden gems where they're like absolutely killing it online, and they just don't care to tell anyone about it. They're just doing it. Thankfully, I know a guy like that, and I've convinced him to, start helping other people. So with that said, I'll let Jason take it away, and I'm actually going to mute myself out.
That was really nice. All right. So, he gave you an introduction to me. Let me get this thing up. Okay. So a quick introduction about what I do online. So I've been working online for about 16 years. And in that time, I've done a lot of different things. I do e-com, Amazon, Facebook ads. 10 years ago, I used to run ads on MySpace, media buying, native advertising display. So I've done a lot of things. I've grown Facebook pages, things like that. So one thing that I'm really good at is generating money from Facebook with no money. And that's what this is going to go over. This is going to, I'm not saying you can get rich off of this, like Ross said, but this can make you a couple $100. This is just a brief guideline of it. If you need more information or you want to pursue this, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. So on the screenshot, free traffic on Facebook. So this is a live video that I ran yesterday, and these are the amount of interactions that I got on the video. So you can see from here, it had 770 viewers at a time, the minutes, how many people actually seen it in the 10-second videos. So when you go live on Facebook, like I said, it won't make you rich, it'll get money in your pocket. So when I ran this, I created a simple funnel. It's only a couple steps with a one-time offer. And you can see from here, so we had 18 people check out and we had 11 people get the offer. So this was all free traffic. When I was going over Ross, my slides, he asked me, well, how much is this going to cost you out of pocket to provide this product for people? And I told him that it's going to cost me about $80. So I made $120 yesterday, just live streaming videos on Facebook.
In a little bit, can you show us the funnel too?
Yeah. So I didn't fix the slide. So basically what you do is you can find products on AliExpress, and you can find products on AliExpress that are really cheap, and then you just sell them for like $5, $4 or $5, and you drop ship them to the customers. You don't have to spend anything on ad spend. You just run these ads or run the live videos, and you're good to go. Getting the traffic is really easy, and here's the steps that I use. I do this in new niches once in a while. I have some that I like to run weekly or whatever, where I just run live videos. But so the first step is to just simply create your page on Facebook. And then what you want to do is you want to go to YouTube and you want to make a playlist that's relevant to the products you're selling. Um, and you know that there's I basically Googled and came up with a wiki how to create a new playlist on YouTube. So all you have to do is go to YouTube, figure out how to create a new playlist. And then you want to join as many groups as you possibly can that are relevant to whatever product you're doing. So like I found a Batman bracelet. You can create a funnel for it for $9, or and then find an upsell that you can sell for, you know, 13, 14 bucks. So you join all the groups that are relevant to whatever product you're doing. Your page should also be relevant too. So when you create the page, it should be like, you know, fans of the Batman, or, you know, fans of The Walking Dead, or whichever items or things that you're gonna sell. The next step is to download a program called Open Broadcaster Software. And this is my go-to program for anything that has to do with streaming online. It's completely free, and it's the most robust software. I think I even turned Ross onto it because he asked me a while back, and I was like, you know, dude, if you want to do things on Facebook, OBS software is the way to go. Live video on your Facebook account, everything. So you can download this, and then, like I said, down there's a link. Just search OBS Facebook Live, and you'll get a tutorial. One of the first couple ones, you can go through it. It only takes like 10 minutes to set up. So then you create your funnel, and you just go live on your page, and then you share. So you create the page, and then you go live on the page, and then you go to that page and you share that to all the groups. That's what will get you the people viewing your ads or your live video. Once you do that, then you basically create a link and you post it in your status. So, you know, get a free bracelet, just pay shipping here. You know, it doesn't have to be very detailed or anything. You want to be very careful about trying to oversell, because a lot of the groups will get upset. But if it's just like, hey, check this out, and put a link, you'll do good.
Jason, can you explain, just so that way everyone understands, the playlist that you're creating on YouTube of whatever your Batman stuff, that is being, they might not understand, you can actually stream that playlist. So it's just on an ever cycling of videos.
Okay, yeah. So let's see, where was it? So here, so basically what happens is you can, with OBS Studio, so this goes with OBS Studio. So with OBS Studio, you can go and you can pick what you want to stream. So you can choose a browser source. Let me see if I can bring it up. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a really cool system. If anybody ever saw sometimes where like they're like, why is Ross live in that video? But I've seen that video before. It's just because with OBS you can replay videos, but play them as live, and live gets huge traffic.
Okay, so this is the program OBS Studio, and basically what you can do is let me bring up another window real quick.
I'm glad you took away your Speedo shot for the desktop.
Very funny. YouTube. So on YouTube, we're just gonna grab this. I'll just show you like how cool it is to use OBS Studio and give you the idea. So there's a button here, and you can click, which one is it? It asks you for the URL, and this should work. That's the wrong URL. the way that I usually do it is I go to display capture, because I have 3 displays, and I'll just choose the correct one that has the video on it, like that, and then
Crop it.
yeah, you can crop it, or I mean, I just go full screen usually. That's how I do it, because I have multiple monitors.
Yeah.
It's,
So then he can stream this live, so it'll look like that's on his page streaming live.
all right, hold on. So yeah, so basically you create the playlist and then you load it up into OBS is the simplest way to explain it. Like I said, if you have any more questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I'm just trying to get your mind working for things that you can do.
Yeah, this whole thing is about ideas.
So another tip that I want to give too is if you're uncomfortable trying to source and drop ship all these products, um, because you obviously don't want to build a drop shipping business or do any of that. Another thing that you can do is you can build an email list. You can utilize this, and you can basically say, like, we'll go back to the Batman example, and you're streaming whatever you can find on YouTube regarding Batman. You want to be careful with copyright. You don't want to stream anything that you shouldn't be. But when you're streaming it, you can also be like, hey, sign up for a free bracelet, enter now. And then you just create like a 2-step funnel that has them give you an email submit, and then you can monetize all that data through a company like MailChimp, set up a 7-day email series. You can go deeper with it, which is one of the things that I do with a lot of little companies. And like they all, like I said, this won't make you rich, but I do this for like 10 different niches that I run, and each niche makes me anywhere from like $50 to $2,000 a month, generally when I run them. So with that being said, I guess I'll open it up and say, is there any questions that anyone has about how this works, or any more information? I tried to be as thorough but as quick as I possibly could with everyone.
And what I would suggest is if you guys have questions, rather than speaking in, because I don't want it to turn crazy with everyone unmuting their mics, put them into the chat box, and at the end of everything, we'll come back to answering all of the questions.
Okay, perfect.
So should I start with our second way to make money?
Yes.
Now, just so everyone knows, because people might say, I thought you said $500. So Jason just ran that last night and had just under $200 come in. So you could see how if you were to do that a couple times within a week, you could easily make way more than $500. $500 is just a number that would be it's a goal. If you do any of these, you can hit $500. You could hit way more. So
what we're trying to do is we're trying to, create a system that doesn't take a lot of time to make a couple $100. We're not, having you do these things as, a full-time income. We want you to grow whatever business you're working on. We don't want this to be the business.
Gotcha. Let's see here. So real quick, one guy here says, do we get a printout of the info? Add Jason as a friend on Facebook if you guys are not already. And if you need more information on slides and setting this stuff up, you can go to him directly for that. This actual thing here that we're going through, some of the things you'll know how to do just because you guys are all very familiar with how ClickFunnels works and all of that. But as far as all that other technical stuff, if you want to work directly with Jason one-on-one, then it will be a little bit better for you in that route as far as for the technical stuff, because we don't want to go over all that in this particular video. Let's see here. This kind of setup. Okay, so that fits out. What type of email sequence would you suggest to send out to the list? You can also go out over that with him one-on-one. Jason, did you say Alibaba? Okay, so he might start answering some of these questions in the chat box for you. But regardless, we'll answer all of these at the end because I want to keep on moving with
I lost the chat box because I had to disconnect because I couldn't get Zoom to open. So if anyone has any questions, ask them.
Do you not see the questions that were asked now?
No.
Okay, I'll just screenshot them for you, and you can prepare an answer for at the end of this whole thing. So as I go through the next phase here, Um, well, at the end of this, Jason, I'll just re-answer them just because I want to keep the flow of this thing moving.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys may have seen this yesterday, and I did this because I wanted to get everybody thinking, and it works out really, really well. Hide my thumbnail here. But everybody who has a ClickFunnels account, they love messing around, making funnels and doing stuff, but until they land clients, they really don't feel like they're actually making money. And so a very easy way to do it and also build up your skills with this, and you can make money really quick with this, is you build out a really cool looking website. So I'll show you what it looks like without the actual, without all that stuff on it. So you build out a neat website, and you build it in ClickFunnels, because here's the cool thing is you can build somebody a website and charge them monthly $25 a month for hosting to keep it on, and you're not paying any hosting extra through ClickFunnels. You pay a flat rate, so $97 is $97. If you're doing unlimited stuff, $297, you could have 1,000 websites running and people all paying you $30 a month and get passive income like that, and you're still making good money because your cost isn't going up. But also you can charge a really good amount on the initial build out, between $250, $1,000. It depends. Before I actually got into this, that's what I was doing, was building out websites. I was doing that through WordPress. Now, a lot of people, when they think of a funnel, they think of a more simple page with just a little copy and a button and a drop down. But you can do a lot with ClickFunnels. Now, I've been doing some research, and it is harder to rank on SEO with a ClickFunnel, but it's still possible if you do like some Google web crawling and do some keyword stuff. But in reality, the majority of businesses are found through social media regardless, and so through direct Facebook ads and things like that. So if somebody is looking for a simple website that makes their business look professional, that they can send to people, and it will rank eventually on Google, then this is an amazing route to go. And so this is how you can monetize it, though. So you build out your site, and then what you do is you clone the funnel. So, and make sure it's very niche. So like, for instance, you could build a really cool looking chiropractor site, a really beautiful site for chiropractors, and niche it down. And then what you do is you clone it. Once you clone it, you monetize it. So the way that you monetize it is you add buttons throughout that site. And those buttons look like this. Purchase this theme now for only $37. This is a really simple, easy way to make money here. On each page, I put that here. Purchase this theme for only $37. And I've made the website look really nice. And all they have to do is literally plug and play. So it's super simple to do. Now that you own this website, you can keep duplicating it and selling it and selling it and selling it once you put in the time in once and change it up. Now think about it. I have this designated right now to social media. But let's say a company hired you out that does consulting. You could just change the words right here, change this, change up your little icons, which is really easy on ClickFunnels, and now you have a consulting website. And you can just keep using the same stuff over and over again and be making money on it. Now, I launched this yesterday. I had 8 people buy the theme so far. Now, I'll show you how I sold it. What I did was I made a video. Well, first let me show you on the back end of ClickFunnels. On that one where you're putting a button, what you do is you add an order page and a thank you page. So basically on the order page, it looks like this. If they want to purchase this theme, it takes them to this. You can get this now for $37. Once they order it, the thank you page, it looks like this. Thank you. Here's the theme. They just literally download it, goes right into their ClickFunnels, or you can just be selling it to people. And then this is for if you're selling to other ClickFunnels users, and then just a quick little instructional video on, how to get it set up and customized for them, which literally I put this together in 5 minutes. So you really have two audiences that you can sell to. You can build a site and you can sell it to other ClickFunnels people, or you can sell it to business owners. Now, if you're selling it to other ClickFunnels people, you can also put it in the marketplace, which is cool. So you can get more traffic off of that. But you have to make sure you put time. Like I spent hours working on the site to make it look good because I wanted people to say, yeah, that's worth $37. If you can build it in an hour, it's not worth money. If it takes, 4 to 5 hours, now it's worth, 37, 40, 50 bucks, and you just scale it. Might even be worth way more than that to some people. So the way that I sold it was I literally took a screenshot video of my site and I made a little commercial. You guys may have seen this. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. Why it's saying my phone can't be found. I don't care if my phone's found. And I'm going to really quickly see if I can just take my microphone. Guys, give me 1 sec. I want to see if I can, so you can hear the audio. The back audio 3. Regardless, I'll just show it to you guys here. So I basically made a theme, and I'll just do this.
Online marketing agency? If so, my brilliant theme is plug and play. All you need is a ClickFunnels account. It's so easy. Once you download the file, all you need to do is put in your own media files, change the copy, and you're good to go. Don't spend hours trying to come up with the right design and figure out how you can link this button to that page. All you have to do is download our social media marketing agency theme. Check out the demo now.
So that basically was put into an ad, and then I just pushed that to ClickFunnels users. Let me get my page back up here. And I pushed that to ClickFunnels users, and I had several people purchase this theme through here. Now, you might say, well, that's only 37 bucks. That's not 500 bucks. Well, you can sell a lot of them quickly. So now you're using something that you already have. And this is the thing that I really like to do is take things that we already have that in our business and use that to make money. Like we don't want to increase our cost. And if you think about it, building out something like that is not a huge distraction from your business because you're learning really well how to use ClickFunnels. So you're going to get, the more and more you build out sites, the better and better you're going to get at building out, using ClickFunnels, learning the software, all those things. But 2, you're building sites that are pre-made to where if somebody says, hey, I need a basic site for my business. I only have, 400 bucks to spend. Would you be able to help me out with that? Yeah, I already got something made up. You don't tell them that, but yeah, I can help you with that. I can have something up and running, within the week. You just change out the copy, you add their logo in, you maybe change up some colors. Now you have a website that you just launched for them. You just integrate make sure you use their DNS with their ClickFunnels account with Cloudflare, and now they can go to, this.com. I actually migrated all of my stuff from WordPress to ClickFunnels because I wasn't putting much into SEO anyways. And I'll show you right now, this is my current website, which I'm still building out, but this is my current website for my marketing agency, and I have, it's very simple right now because I'm adding case study pages and things like that. But the point of the matter is I'm not just saying like, oh, this is what you should use for your site. Like I actually am using it for my site. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense for you guys. Now, let's see here. 1, 2. I'm going to push it back over here. Well, first of all, any questions that you guys might have on that, make sure that while they're in your head, you go ahead and type them in. Well, I guess I'll take a look at it real quick, see if there's anything set up. You don't have to do, just so you guys know, a subdomain. So some people have a big question as to how. I'm going to show you guys this. We'll call this a bonus feature here to the to training today. I'm going to just really quick show you guys how to not have to use a subdomain for these websites. This is just real quick to show you. All you have to do is when you get to your Cloudflare account and you click on DNS, you'll notice that at the bottom here, where did I put it? This right here, the way that you get this, socialmainstreet.com, is you do @. So like what you would do, and I'm not going to do it again, is you go to CNAME and then you just hit @. And what that @ means is that it's actually just going to use your logo, and then you would do target.clickfunnels.com like this. So let's see, if I go to here to Ross Christifulli, you might see it. Yeah, where it shows this, what it was is when I set it up, I just go CNAME, and then I would just go @, and then I would put target.clickfunnels.com. And then what it would do is when I hit add record, it shows up like this. So that way you don't have to go to something dot this. You just go straight to it. I'm not going to spend too much. I don't want to talk about that anymore, though, just because this isn't a technical class. This is just something so you guys get ideas on things that you can do here. So each funnel can have a unique URL. Do they all have to be set up via Cloudflare? Yes, Cloudflare is the best one to use with ClickFunnels because it makes the pages load faster. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but it's slower. Where do you get your website design inspiration from? It's a good idea. I'll show you that really quick. That's something that other people in the future may want. So one of the things that you can do is go to WordPress themes. This is a great way to do it. It's kind of like funnel hacking, but you're using WordPress themes. And then when you click on it, well, actually, let me go back. I know, see, I used to use a lot of WordPress themes, so there's some that I just know off the top of my head, but you can look at them and you can even demo them. Like it's funny too, because when you start getting good at funnels, you start seeing something, you're like, I could make that pretty quickly and pretty easily on, ClickFunnels. So you can click on live demo, and then you can look through them and recreate them. And I would even suggest, like, if you guys are trying to practice funnels, doing this, like if you're trying to get good with ClickFunnels, do that. Because this here, it's just a top bar. You got your phone number up here. These are all just in sections. You could easily make a button like this on ClickFunnels. There's your logo. This would basically be doing a two-part section, putting some wording and adding a button, another section. Like this stuff is so easy to duplicate. These here would be just buttons. This here would be an input form, So you start looking at things and you start thinking, I know how I would do that. I know how I could do that. And it just gets easier and easier. And then you think, well, how do I do these layers? Well, use the background of your ClickFunnels and just add these over. So that's just a background, So there's a lot of ways that you can get inspiration for websites. If you look at the layout Serif Lite, which is actually a WordPress theme that I used to use all the time, it's very, very similar to the one that I just launched on ClickFunnels. So I'll show you the live demo on it, and then I'll show you what mine looks like. So here's Serif Lite. It's got these features, a button, an about section. You could add a team easily, testimonials, and go, so forth. And then if you go back to the one that I made, very, very similar. So you can easily get inspiration by looking at other websites that you like, because in reality, ClickFunnels doesn't have a whole lot of really cool built out websites. So I'd highly recommend that you guys, look a little bit more into that. So that's a way that you can quickly make money, because this is what you could do. You could go on your Facebook right now and you could put out a message and say, hey guys, hey business owners, I just started doing web design for people, and I'm doing some really great deals to try to help people out because I want to get some experience building their website. I have a special going this week. I could build you a website and for $200, and I'll host it for only $10 a month. There you go. So now you're going to get all these people messaging you. You build out a site and then you clone it a bunch of times and then just customize it for people. So, that's a really easy way to do it. Let's see here. Just see what other questions are. Hopefully, what if you don't have a business? Oh, well, that answers that question then. If you don't have a business, you can do it for other businesses. What is 37 too cheap? $37 is very cheap for what I'm doing. But here's the thing. I don't care because I'm all about hitting volume. I've got a pretty good agency rolling right now, and I also have my program, my course, and it really isn't that big of a deal to me. So it's just an extra product. $37 is way too cheap for building out a website for someone. But to other ClickFunnels users, you have to know there are options where you can
Hey,
literally,
Russ.
yeah. Go just one sec. I was going to say there are marketplace options for $17. So you're $37 for just sending them over something because they're going to do all the customization. I don't think that's too bad. Go ahead, Jason.
It's a really good thing to offer this a quick design service if you have an agency at a really low price point, because then you can bring in those people and do the leads for them on Facebook and things like that, which is, I'm sure, what most people are aiming for.
Yeah.
So basically, think of it as your tripwire. I don't know if anyone's familiar with, Russell Brunson, but, it gets the person in the door, and you don't have to sell them on your service, but this is just a way for you to make a few sales and make, that $300-400 a month to cover your ClickFunnels costs, so you can utilize it as best you can.
Yeah, I agree. And when I made the beginning slides, I was talking about how some of these things will be bait for your agency. This is one of them, like Jason was saying, because you get them through the door, you've warmed up that traffic, and now you've opened up the door for another conversation for helping them do their lead generation. I just had someone ask a question about the domain names, just so you guys kind of really quick understand how this works. I come from the WordPress world. So you might get your domain name from any provider. It could be Google, GoDaddy, whatever, but they're just hosting the domain name. But then there's another site that will host the actual landing pages. Their servers host the landing pages. So for me, I used to use like DreamHost or Bluehost for WordPress. Some people use GatorHost and GoDaddy all in one. But ClickFunnels has taken that over to where we really don't need to use any of those. So we basically take our ClickFunnels page, here's our Cloudflare, and we're just matching up the domain name that they've purchased through Cloudflare and redirecting that to our ClickFunnels account. Now, regardless, your cost is, I'm going to just show mine. Yours might be on the $97 plan, $297. But if you build out 10 websites and you're charging people $10 a month, that means you're $100 a month after the build out. So let's say you charge them all $200 to build it and then $10 a month. That means you got $2,000 out of the gate, but then also you got $100 a month. So now you just saved cost on your ClickFunnels account. So now it's down to $197, and you can see how over time that will multiply. Now, it's not unreasonable to charge someone $25 a month for hosting. A lot of people won't think twice about it. And so you could quickly double that. So now you could quickly be at $250 a month, and now your cost is down even lower on your WordPress site. So what that's doing, though, is that's bringing you in passive income. Now you get 20 sites when you first start at the $97 a month on ClickFunnels. And so unless you're using like Backpack Actionetics and all that stuff, I don't necessarily recommend that you would go up and go up to the $297. I was on this $97 plan all the way until I launched my actual course, and because I had all of my funnels being done within ClickFunnels, and if clients had multiple funnels, I was utilizing the same funnel with different opt-in URLs. But anyways, that is my spiel on websites. I think they can be very profitable. And one of the best ways to sell it is to build out the site on the niched site and then go to groups where that niche exists and say to the chiropractors, hey guys, I have this new website that is awesome. It's available for sale and for hosting, and I'll customize it to you guys. I'll sell you guys the actual website for $200 with only $50 setup fee, and then it's only $20 a month after that or something like that. And people will, start commenting and posting just based on that. So I think that those are some really cool ways that you guys can make some money really quick. They do not have to buy the DNS first. You could have all the websites going. They just can't promote their page until the DNS is up and running and live. Did Jason get kicked off, or is he still here?
I'm here.
Okay, cool, bud. I'm going to hand this back over to you. He's going to be talking about something, and this is he's going to probably be brief on it because it's not something that you really probably need to go into tons of detail on, but this is something I see no one doing. And to preface this for agency people, just so everybody understands, if you're having a hard time landing clients, this is a really cool way that you could actually get clients. Now, Jason has always done his own thing. He hasn't necessarily been going the agency route, but when he told me that this situation, this thing that he's doing, I thought, oh my gosh, this could be an amazing way to land agency clients. So I'll let him take the wheel.
All right. So the next thing is going to be, like he said, it's going to be extremely brief because I want to get your mind thinking more than copying the things that I'm doing. I want you to think outside of the box. So this is called the simple services, and it's getting leads locally. Can everyone see my screen? Yeah, no. All right, so what are simple services? I came up with a list: landscaping, cutting your lawn, painting, house painting, cleaning, house cleaning, all these things. Very simple things that you charge, people charge, like somewhere between like 20 to 50, 60 bucks to do. So what you do is you get the people who want to work. So in your local areas, you can go onto Facebook and you can find groups that are people looking for jobs in your area, hiring to. So you join all those groups, and then you create a simple 2-step funnel that basically says, I'm looking for people to cut grass, or I'm looking for people to paint a house, or I'm looking for people who are available to repair computers. And then you just post it on the job boards, and you collect their name and their email. And you contact them, and you basically tell them, like, look, I get leads in. So when I get a lead, I want to make sure I can call you and, let you know that, hey, this person, needs, this fixed, or this person needs, their house painted, and you hand them off to the leads. And then now you have the leads from the people who are willing to work. So now you need to find the people who want to pay for it. So to do that step, you go into like the local buy, sell, trade groups, rummage sale groups. I'm sure all of you are on those on your Facebook account. I'm actually the admin of a 30,000 group for local. And you post that you're offering the services, and you create a 2-step funnel in there, and you set up Stripe, and you charge them, whatever the going rate is. Like if someone's going to come cut your grass, you charge them 30 bucks. And then you can put them on a weekly reoccurring thing in Stripe and everything. And then you just pay the person who goes and does it half. So you could do this with you can do it with like local college kids. I don't know if any of you have like a nephew or a cousin. You could just hit them up and be like, hey, will you cut lawns for $10 a lawn? And you don't even have to do the first step. I do this a lot with my son, and I do it a lot with my nephews. And usually I'm able to generate them somewhere around, $50 to $100 every 2 weeks. Are you done dancing?
Yes, I'm good.
That's the end of my simple services presentation.
Okay, guys, what I think is cool about that, just so you guys know, and how this would work good for you as an agency, is if you were, let's just pretend, who do I hear is the, oh, that's Tyler. Anyways, if you were, say, getting a landscaper, a bunch of gigs, and you're like, hey, I got another one. Eventually, he's going to be like, where in the world are you getting all of these gigs? Like, you're sitting in your room in your underwear. Like, how are you getting all of these landscaping gigs? And that's where you can lead that in to be like, hey, would you rather just pay me to do your marketing? Because right now it's building my own brand, and I don't even have a company. I'm just doing this as, myself. If you want, we can change this to branding for you, and, we can just give you all these leads, and you don't have to pay me anything. So that's a good way to be able to use these to get leads. So, guys, speaking of landing pages that we were talking about earlier on the websites, I want to show you another way that you can make some cha-ching pretty easily. So give me one sec while I'm pulling this up. Now, I used to do this on WordPress. I've never done this on ClickFunnels because I haven't had the time lately. And so, but it worked really good on WordPress. So a lot of people are familiar with local buy, sell, trade sites. So I'll kind of give you an example of the one that I made quite a bit of money on. Let me just get it up. So I started my businesses in West Bend. This is actually how I met Jason, on this group here. And this group is called the West Bend Buy Sell Trade. It's a local community, 26,000 people on it. And literally everyone is just constantly posting stuff like this. Well, it's a pain in the butt if you have time to just keep posting and posting. Oh, it's kind of interesting. Anyways, to just keep posting and posting stuff. So what I used to do with like WordPress is I would make what's called like an online garage sale. And I would put my items on it. So you'd put like a hot ticket item, and then you basically put these pictures of your items and stuff on it. And then you put this in here. Are you interested in any of these items? Please fill the info below and I'll call you ASAP. So here's the cool thing about it though. You can start it with just junk that you have around your house. But eventually what happened is I was selling so much stuff through my landing page, and I would just promote this page, this kind of page, that I was going to Goodwill and other yard sales and flea markets just to buy stuff so I could keep flipping it and selling it on my page. And over time, my page itself ended up getting pretty popular. But if you have a lot of stuff, clothes, bikes, toys, tools, things, just laying around your house, that is the greatest way to breathe cash into your business while you're getting started and not have to spend any money. And then what you do is you post these up in the group. But what's really important is to make sure that your settings, that your SEO meta tag looks good. So this is what you do. You put my online garage sale. You put a picture of your highest ticket, your hottest item, and then you put a little copy that says something like this. Hey guys, I've been wanting to have a garage sale for a while, but I just do not have the time. So I created an online garage sale. If you're interested in any of these items, please let me know. So then this is up here, and then there's just a little thing, their name, email, phone, and then what item they're interested in. Then all you have to do is take the link and post it into here. And there now all these people are going to see that tractor. They're going to see a hot ticket item. And when you do it, you want to think about, like, have you ever driven past a yard sale and you just kind of like look in the driveway to see like if there's anything good? And if you don't see anything good, then you just keep going. If it looks like it's all kids' clothes and junk, you just keep going. So what you want is you want to have the good stuff in that main picture right there. This is a great way to clear things out in the house and to get, make money off of free traffic. So what I can do is, if anybody wants this is one of the digital assets I can give away. If you don't feel like building out a page like this, I can get you a shared funnel, and you can do that. One thing I don't recommend is I do not recommend putting your real address on here, And I do not recommend putting your phone number on here unless you want to be driven nuts with phone calls. I like to keep the ball in your court because it's not good to have tons. So I just put literally the city and state that it's in. You could even put a map or something like that. Let me see what's in the chat box. Jim, let's see. Would love it cleaning out mom's house. Can we get a copy of that phone? Yeah, let me get you a copy of it right now.
Another thing, and actually me and Ross discussed this when we were kind of masterminding like some of the things to offer for this group, is this is another theme that you can actually sell to people. So when you set the theme up, have a little link somewhere on here where it's like purchase this theme or run your own garage sale online. And you will get some people who will be like, hey, you can't charge a lot for it. So you can only charge like $17. No one wants to pay a bunch for a garage sale because they're not making money. But it's another quick income stream for you where you just clone that theme and have them send you all the pictures they want and you list it and bam, they instantly have their rummage sale garage site up.
Yeah.
It makes it really easy for people.
And it makes Goodwill really fun. The other thing that I was going to mention, guys, is that I literally built that page so that way you guys could get an idea of this. So you'll have to finish out the thank you page, but the link is right there. And the thank you page, is just obviously a really simple thing to put together. Now, let's see here. So we went through the simple services, the websites. Now we've done this garage sale thing. And there is basically two more things that we're going to talk about. And they both have to do with lead generation. So I'll start off. I don't know every single person really, really well who's actually on this live. So I don't know, who's doing e-com. I don't know if people are doing, drop shipping stuff through their funnels. And also if you're doing an agency. Some of you guys might not be doing an agency. Agency, in my opinion, it's a quick way to make a lot of money, but it's not always quick if you're struggling with your network. And so, agency is a great way to make $500 because you can make $1,500 month over month, but you really have to grow your network. Now, for anyone who doesn't really understand how agency is, a lot of people do social media marketing. They call that an agency, and it is. But when you add ClickFunnels into the scene, you're now getting leads to where people are clicking into businesses and you're generating leads and you're giving those businesses information on customers, people who are interested in that service that they sell. And they'll pay you to continue to do that. And it makes you way more valuable than a social media marketer because you got more things going on. With that said, I'm going to give you guys something that is insanely cool. Even if you're not in my program, I'm going to give this to you guys. This is what I think a lot of people here have been asking for because of, how well it did for me. I literally got 8 clients through this funnel. I'm going to show you guys how this works. Give me 1 second. And then I'm going to have Jim hop on in a minute and explain how he used it. I'm going to put Jim on the spot because Jim just landed a client based off of this. Now, his client ended up getting flooded out in Texas. So I know that that put a little dent in his plans at the moment, but we'll talk about this in a minute. So let me go back to that page. So on the front page here, I niched it down to cell phone repair shops. So what you're going to want to do to use this funnel is literally make a list of like 30 cell phone repair shops in your area. Now, you can run them to this page, but I don't recommend it. You already have their information, and we're still going to cold call them. So we're going to do what Jim did. We're going to send them right to this live presentation page. The only thing that you need to do is change this name. Put live presentation by your business name. I did not brand this webinar intentionally. You will not find my logo anywhere in it. I literally take them through all of the pain points of owning a cell phone repair shop and, how they can get prime traffic, even if they're not in a big mall paying $6,000. Like, I would recommend you guys go through the webinar so that way you know what it is I'm talking about. But this webinar is amazing. and I'm giving it to you guys for the use of yourselves. I ask that you please don't share this with anyone else's business, because this thing is like liquid gold here, because you'll get so much business just by sending them to this page, calling them up and saying, hey, I just sent you a video on some of the things that I want to help your repair shop do. I was hoping you could watch it and give me a call back. Very simple. You emailed it to them. Then you call them back. Hey, I was hoping you saw it. And then if they didn't, sometimes they'll click on it and see it. And I'll get into that with Jim, what happened with him. Then they click on Start My Campaign. They fill out their information. Then it takes them to a marketing agreement. They click this. They hit I agree. Then it takes them to a sales page, $300 a week or $1,100 and pay in full discount. They complete the order. And when they get done, what they do is it takes them to this page. Wait, I still need something from you. Please email me the following videos and I will edit them. So they send us 3 videos that they can take even with their cell phones. They send it to the email. You tell them about, keeping it under 30 seconds. And then you say, in 12 hours, this campaign will launch. Super duper easy. So I'm going to really quick, while I got Jim on here, I'm going to get you guys a shared funnel or a shared version of that funnel. And everybody who's attending this today will be able to have this. Let's see here, Jim. If you could tell us real quick, Jim, you're now unmuted, a little bit about the way that you used it and your experience with it.
Yeah, I basically would get a list of phone repair shops in a certain area, and I would call them up and I'd just say, yeah, you really having good success with getting traffic to phone repair shops, and I'm looking for a phone repair shop in your area. I want you to check out a short video I did. They'd be like, yeah, and I just send them the link right to the video that Ross talked about, and they would watch it, and it's a great funnel. So this one guy that I signed up, he actually watched the video, and I got back to him like, did you watch the video? He's like, yeah, I watched it. And he's like, is that all we need to do? Do you want anything else from me? I'm like, what do you mean? I already sent the Stripe account. I checked my Stripe account. He had already sent the money in that. That was already done. And I'm like, yeah, I just want to talk to you on the phone a few minutes. So he had already gone through the funnel, sent me the money. And it was like, is there anything else you want me to do? Like, he was done. He was ready to just let me do my thing, and I didn't do anything. So it's pretty amazing. And I even had Ross's name, still do, up on the top of the video presentation. I forgot to take it off. So it really doesn't matter.
So now I'm charging Jim 5% of everything. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
No, just so you guys know, I put that link down there in the bottom, and you guys can click on that, and that'll download this shared funnel into your drive. Once again, guys, I mean, I'm not going to police anything, obviously, but I want to keep doing these trainings and feel good about not having to worry about who's in them and a leak and this and that. If you guys would possibly just keep that funnel between, this group, it makes it more valuable. It helps me to keep supporting everybody's businesses and help them that way. Now, real quick, Jim, one of the things that you and I have had, talked about the most with your campaign was, really learning to close a sale. How did you feel when you all of a sudden launched this funnel and you didn't even have to close a sale?
Lazy.
You felt a little, yeah, but it felt a little good, right?
Oh, it felt great. Yeah, it was like the funnel closes the person. If they're interested with Ross's presentation, if you watch it, it's pretty impressive. He basically takes out all the, describes the pain points they have and answers their questions. So when they're done, they know that it's like, well, I just need to do this. And it really works well. So it's a really good funnel.
So this is what I was going to ask. I'm going to mute you out here, Jim. One sec. So as far as this training goes that we did, if anybody here has any questions, if you want to put yourself in the chat box, I'll unmute your microphone, and then we can kind of do this in an organized fashion, because I want to make sure everybody's questions are answered and everyone feels satisfied, because some people paid to get into this and some people re-signed up on ClickFunnels and shared all their stuff over to this drive to get into the training. So I want to make sure that everyone feels like we delivered for them, and that, we lived up to what we said. Is there anybody who's disappointed, if I could ask? If you guys loved the training, would you be willing to let us know in the chat box? We just want to make sure that, everybody is, into this, that, we didn't disappoint anyone. I know that some people are just getting on here for the first time and kind of learning about some of the stuff that we do. Just to kind of let you guys know, if you're wondering where you can get more information and stuff on making money, what I would suggest is just follow the wall, follow my client acquisition group. Jason also just started a group on Facebook ad accounts. He's been helping people who have gotten their ad accounts deleted. He's been helping them actually do it. So rather than just putting out a course on ad accounts and how to prevent it, which he will have soon, he's also physically helping people get their ad accounts back from Facebook, which is an awesome, great thing. Now, for anyone who's interested, who's not already in my program, if you want to learn more about agency, you're welcome to private message me, and we can talk about how to grow your agency. If you have any questions about wanting to get more into web design or ClickFunnels design, feel free to message me. I'm more than happy to help everyone I can with that stuff. For all of my students, just a little heads up, I am launching a Calendly account this week. It was supposed to be a month ago, but I just have not gotten around to it. So I'm going to be launching it so you guys can go in and actually fill in your slot, so that way I know who I'm working with when. It'll make things a little bit more organized. If everybody was happy and enjoyed this training, if you would do me a favor, it's up to you. I can't obviously force it, but this digital training is actually going into a digital product that Jason Cruz is going to own and actually sell for his own business. So I am not going to be the owner of this digital asset. And because he's just getting started by breaking out of the closet, and actually I shouldn't use that term but by breaking out of his little office and actually going public and helping people, if you guys are willing to do a quick 30-second video at some point and email it to him, he's going to put his email in down here. But these testimonials of this training, of if you enjoyed it, will really help him to be able to start growing his business. I appreciate, because he came in and did this live training here today to help out a lot of students and whatnot, but he did this just because he kind of really wants to get out and helping people. So anyways, I appreciate everyone, and we're going to end our meeting now. If for some reason, you think that there's anybody who could benefit from this training, then please let them know about it and have them reach out to Jason, because he's not going to be overcharging for this digital asset. So if you think that there's somebody who could benefit from it, then that's great. Tyler says, what funnel did you use for that sale? There's a link. If you scroll up, I actually put it in a link, and you can download that funnel. I'll retype it. Just make sure everybody's clicked it and downloaded it, because I don't want anyone to not get it.
And really quick before the training ends, so next week, Friday, and I haven't determined the time, but next week, Friday, I'm going to be having probably a 2 to 3 hour webinar that's going to go over how to keep your Facebook ad account safe, how to get your Facebook ad accounts back, how to still continue to run Facebook ads when you get your ad accounts disabled, all the things that Facebook looks for the policies and why people are losing ad accounts. The course is $47, and I have a group up, but everyone who joined this webinar will have access to that for free. So just send me a friend request and I'll add you to the group. And like I said, next week, Friday, I haven't determined the time yet. We're going to be going live and having a webinar for that. So just add me as a friend on Facebook.
Oh, and one last thing. I know we're asking a lot of things of you guys, but I just want to throw this out there. So a lot of times I'm really against clickbaity headlines, and people know that, do this without cold calling, do this without that. And some of the people who were watching, who saw the headline, easy or rapid ways to make $500, which these really are quick ways. don't do all of them at once, but literally if you do just the garage sale one, you could quickly make $500. If you do just the websites, you could quickly make $500. Whatever be the case, we're really legitimate ways that you can do it that were not get rich quick ways. If you guys wouldn't mind, comment on my wall and say something about the training, people will be like, oh, so it wasn't a scam, because I really want some people who might have thought that, wow, this is Ross sinking to new lows. I really want those people to know, like, this was really good trading. Like, there was good information in here that some people might try to charge a lot more than $37 or for free. How can I change my alter ego name instead of 1048? That I don't know. I don't know how you can do that. You call yourself Optimus Prime. Make sure we didn't miss any questions. Okay, guys. Have a great one. I'm going to be ending this now.
Bye, guys.
Oh, but we'll see everybody.